Okay, welcome back, everybody. 16 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, waiting on a sunrise in about a half an hour. And when that sun goes down, we're not going to lose a lot of this mildness, warmness that is out there. We've got a real soupy atmosphere for early in March that was transported in on south winds today. You know, not terribly windy locally in GR. We have had sustained winds, I'd say, generally between about 15 and 20, but gusting to 30 to 35 at times. A little bit more brisk along the immediate lakeshore. That'll continue to be the case this evening and overnight. Let me make clear, it is going to become even windier late evening and early overnight. Along that lakeshore could have some wind gusts approaching 50 miles per hour. Folks, as a thin band of rain showers comes through in the early overnight, we could have some wind gusts 40 to 45 or so even here in Grand Rapids. So we're not tracking severe weather, but a little bit of an appetizer of what is to come in the months ahead as you pick up on temperatures well into the 60s. A cold front comes through, and yeah, you can start to get a little bit of a gustier shower or thunder shower. You know, you can't rule out a rumble of thunder overnight tonight, but I think the odds of that are pretty low because the atmosphere is just not above that is. It's just not that moist. So I think that we're going to have trouble producing a whole lot of rainfall as this cold front does work on through in the overnight period. 42 degrees is the average high for this, what is it, March 10th now? Yeah, the overnight low, 25 degrees. That's the average. We got to 67 in GR today, so 25 degrees above average for this time of year. The record 69, missed it by 2 degrees. Locally, the record overnight low at 3 degrees, so obviously far off of that. These are the numbers, though, we have put together, and where the asterisks are around some of these cities, those are the locations that have broken records today. That would include Lansing, a high of 70. The record was 67 degrees back in 1878. How about Holland? Registered a 67-degree reading on a thermometer. The record was 64 previously from many years back. Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, 69 and 70 degrees respectively, with records broken in those locales. Did not break a record, though, in Grand Rapids with that 67-degree high temperature. Tracking some overnight showers. I'll show you that more so on the model coming up. Some sunshine returns quickly, though, through tomorrow mid to late morning and afternoon. So though it will be a bit cooler, I mean, by the standards of just a few weeks ago, we would be cherishing what I'm giving you tomorrow afternoon, near 50 degrees. A quiet pattern looks to hold into next week. There's no big obvious storms that are going to be affecting us. So, you know, we haven't had a lot of rain or snow recently. We could use a little precipitation around here to get the ground wet. We'll get a little bit overnight tonight, but after that, there's not a whole lot to come even into early next week. Temperatures holding in the mid 60s right now, and with these southerly winds brisk right on through the evening and overnight, we're not going to fall off much, folks. I think when we come on for the 10 and 11 o'clock show, we're still sitting around 60 to the lower 60s, but cooler air is collapsing in from the Midwest, and that will arrive for tomorrow late morning and afternoon. But keep in mind, when I say cooler, we're only going down to around 50 for most hours tomorrow afternoon. Southerly winds, yes, they are breezy. We do have these wind advisories along the immediate lakeshore for these counties adjacent to the lakeshore. And again, some wind gusts later tonight in particular, as a little round of showers comes through, could get close to 50 miles per hour. Live radar, we're going to pull that out a bit. The main energy with this system is going to track well off to our northwest, but it is that cold front from Iowa down into Kansas that will be following very closely. There actually is some severe weather. I saw a tornado watch box out through, I believe, perhaps that was northern Iowa into parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin. So that's interesting, but we're not going to get on any severe. In fact, I think a lot of this moisture is going to be kind of fizzling as it approaches overnight, but perhaps a brief band of showers that could accompany some gusty winds, probably between about 1 a.m. and maybe 5 a.m. We'll see about that. Then it kicks out of here. Doug and Annie, we get some sunshine. We're breezy still behind the system tomorrow at 50. Going cooler in the days ahead. Maybe a rain or snow shower, as I talked about last night, for Monday into Tuesday. But it's definitely going to be cooler. High temps in the lower 40s.
All right, Anthony, thank you. Jury selection.